What's going on, sports fans? It's your boy, Cliff Notes. I've got a great show for you today. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to cover. We're coming up on the NFL draft next week, and we also have NBA playoffs. Well, play in, as they would say. But I got a lot of show. Put your seatbelt on. Get ready. Here comes Cliff Notes. All right, folks, welcome to Cliff Notes. I've got a lot of information to cover really quick. I want to get to it. First thing I want to get to is Ja Morant and his fines that he has been levied. Ja Morant, has a history of gun issues with the NBA. He has been accused of having pointed a gun at the Indiana Pacers a couple of years back when they were getting ready to leave on the bus loading dock there in Memphis, and they said he had a gun. That was never proven to be a fact, but anyway, all that stuff leads me to this. Ja Morant has been celebrating with a gun gesture. NBA says, hold up, young fella, you can't do that. In light of him at that club a year or so ago, having that gun, they said, you can't do that, fella. You've been suspended before, so we're going to fine you for having that gun motion when he makes the shot. And actually, he was playing Golden State, and he kind of sprayed the whole team after he made his basket. No, sir. That is not what they're doing. NBA said no, so they fined him. So Ja Morant decided to throw grenades. Take the grenade, throw it. No, sir. No, sir. Again, sir. No, sir. The NBA is really trying to do one thing for Ja Morant, get his attention and put some flavor in his ear. Now, what do I mean by that? Ja Morant, just stop it. Play basketball. You're a very talented player. Play basketball. And be who you are meant to be, a great, great basketball player. Let's move on. Let's talk about Orlando just blew the doors off the Hawks. Trae Young was not on his A game, and they are now facing elimination when they play the loser of tonight's game. We also saw that the playoff Jimmy character is real. He's real. I've had several people tell me that no way, playoff Jimmy is not real. Folks, he's real. He's real. Playoff Jimmy is real. And he and Steph Curry and Draymond Green, they're going to do some damage. I will tell you this right now. Take it to the bank. The Warriors will beat the Houston Rockets in the first round. The Warriors will beat the Houston Rockets in the first round because playoff Jimmy is the man. Let's talk about coach firings. As we talk about the Warriors game, we see how important the right coach is. The Memphis Grizzlies fired their coach, and Taylor was probably laughing last night because the Warriors are playing great defense, but the Grizzlies could not get the ball in bounds. If you can't run an out-of-bounds play, you're not going to win anything. So Memphis, you've got some soul searching to do. I don't know who's coaching that team. I saw the little young fella out there, but he doesn't look like he knows what the hell is going on. So they've got a lot of problems. Phoenix fired Mike Budenholzer. Budenholzer, I mean, anytime you're out there arguing with Kevin Durant and trying to touch him and he's pulling away from you like that, it's time for you to go. You've run your course, Budenholzer. So he's out of there. Sam Presti is out as the GM for the Pelicans. Man, New Orleans has looked a hot mess, and he's out of there. I believe they're going to replace him with Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars, of course, the legendary guard that played for the Pistons, won a couple rings, and has proved himself as one of the top GMs in basketball. So I think that's going to be a really good thing for him. Switching gears a little bit too, I see on my desk that Damian Lillard, is probably going to miss a couple games in the playoffs due to blood clots. We hope that he has a speedy recovery, because Milwaukee can do really, really well if they have a healthy Damian Lillard. He really changed the game. Giannis can do work down in the paint, of course, but he needs somebody to take that pressure off. Bobby Portis is no longer there to shoot that jump shot. They've got Dame Dollar. So Dame Dollar needs to come in and take that pressure off of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's talk Masters wrap up. Before I do that, I want to thank Big Bam, one of my supporters over on my YouTube channel, sent me a Masters cup. We drink from the cup. Big Bam, thank you very much, sir. Let's talk Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy did his best to play the worst round of golf he could possibly muster up, and found himself in a virtual tie, dead heat with Justin Rose. McIlroy, all he had to do was play a little conservative, and he would have easily won the tournament. But to his credit, he pulled himself back together after bogeying the 18th. He came back and actually birdied the 18th, go figure, and won the Masters. So now he holds all 4 of the slams. So congratulations to Rory McIlroy. He almost blew it, but as the great poet C.C. Pennison said, all right, folks, moving on. Talk a little bit more news. F1 last week, Bahrain. Lando Norris, he had a rough Q1 through Q3. He came out there, and his teammate in Papaya was able to win the race. Formula One has had a lot of change, different winners every week. Like I said, Oscar Piastri won this past week. He's the first person now to win back-to-back. Oscar Piastri is a phenomenal driver. I've been watching him ever since last year. He's really a great Formula One driver. Of course, I'm a super fan of both Team Mercedes and Ferrari. Both of those teams are looking well. Right now, we need, as far as Ferrari goes, they're just waiting for that next win. Of course, Lewis won the sprint over in Japan, I believe. That was Japan, if I'm not mistaken. He won that sprint, but Ferrari got to get it together a little bit and figure that car out before the season gets away from Charles Leclerc. He's also a very good driver, so they got 2 of the best drivers driving for Ferrari. They just need to get their acts together, get cleaned up, so they can do a little winning. Of course, Red Bull, right now, they have did some switching around a little bit on their team. So now they've got Yuki Tsunoda. He's been upgraded to the primary Red Bull team. And so he's out there doing his best. So he was the first driver outside of Max Verstappen to make Q3 and actually qualify in the top 10 of last weekend's race. So we'll see how that shakes out. I know they are getting ready to do another race this week, so we'll follow Formula One. Let's talk really quick. Tennessee quarterback Nico, I don't know how to say this guy's last name, Lama Leva. I apologize for butchering his last name, but a lot of talk about him missing the spring practice, and the Tennessee Volunteers said, all right, Nico, we don't want you. Josh Heupel, the coach, said he's done with Nico. He says, I'm done. So they released him because Nico said, according to them, they said he had the audacity to ask for more than his $2.3 million a year NIL deal. Okay, let me tell you something right now, coaches out there. It's rumored that he was shopping himself, and the Oregon coach called back over the hype and said, "Hey, your man is out here shopping himself." I don't hear all that. If I'm not mistaken, Carson Beck left Georgia for Miami, and he got $4 million a year. There's nothing wrong with Nico asking for more money. They went to the playoffs. The man feels like he needs more money. And I can hear you out there saying, why are you advocating for these college kids to get more money, Cliff Notes? Why is that? Because ESPN has a multi-billion dollar deal, deal with the SEC. Where's that money going, folks? Billion. I think it's upwards almost $11 billion deal that they signed. That's a lot of money. And they spread that money out amongst schools. So, I mean, it's time for us to pay these kids. Because if he goes out there and suffers a catastrophic injury and can no longer play football, then that's all he has. So let's make sure, and I know people say, well, Congress needs to step in and do something because they kind of let Pandora's box open with this thing. Well, Congress is a little busy right now, and they got other stuff they need to be taken care of, and NIL is not one of them. So let these kids make their money. It's like that, and that's the way. At this time, I would like to address my top 5 players in the NBA. Now, before I move forward, I posted in my last session who I thought the top teams were. And man, I had a lot of people come in and say, oh man, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that. Folks, leave your comment, but also make sure if you leave a comment that you subscribe and you follow so I can respond to your comment, because don't do like a few people. I'm not going to call them out this week, but I got a list of 10 people right here on my list right here. People who left comments and were too chicken-hearted to take what I had to say in return. So step up. Click follow. So when I post back what you said, you can get it immediately. If you got something else to say, you come on, say it, because it's your boy. I'm the expert. I got this. Let's talk about the top 5 right now in the NBA players. At number 5, I got coming in, it's a tie between Steph Curry and a man who's finally healthy. He hadn't looked this healthy in a long time, and last time he looked this healthy, he took the Toronto Raptors to the championship, Kawhi Leonard. So at number 5, I got Steph Curry and Kawhi Leonard playing some really, really good basketball. At number 4, I mentioned this guy earlier. He's ready to rock and roll, but right now he is a Batman without a Robin. He is Giannis Antetokounmpo, a.k.a. the Greek Freak. He's ready to play some basketball, ready to go in the playoffs and get it in. At number 3, I've got also another tie. I've got Jason Tatum. He's ready to play in these playoffs. He's had a very good season, solid season. And he's tied with Donovan Mitchell at the number 3 spot. At the number 2 spot, I've got a player who's all world. This guy is just incredible, hard to stop. He's got those funny mechanics that people can't really D up on him because he shoots from all angles. And that's the Joker. Joker is, I tell you, he could probably be the MVP right now, but he's also tied at number 2 with, I think, this year's MVP, and that is my main man, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tied at number 2. At number 1, I've got one honorable mention before I tell you the number 1 player right now, who that is. and that is LeBron James. The GOAT is right now playing some of the best basketball ever. And it's his time of year. He needs 16 games right now to win another chip. 16 games. The number one player, though, right now is Luka Doncic. I'm telling you, Luka is off of the charts. The man is mad because they gave him away, and he's out to prove something. He is out to prove something. So I will tell you this. Luka right now is playing the best basketball of his career, and it is going to be so hard for people to beat him. Oh, I'm hearing it now. Whoa, are you kidding? What about Houston? What about OKC? What about? Okay, stop it already, folks. Right now, basketball is going to the season of the playoffs where it's games every other day. They're not back-to-backs. So those older teams that struggle with those back-to-backs, they're not going to struggle. The game is going to slow way down. It does every year. It's going to slow down, and now each possession is going to be a little bit more valuable. Turnovers are going to go way down, and it's going to be a different basketball game. So look forward to that. And as we start to unpack the playoffs, stay with your boy. Just sit back and relax. I will tell you who's going to win, why I think they're going to win, using my expert knowledge on what's happening. Trust me. One last thing before we get out of here. Duke freshman Knipple has now declared for the NBA draft. I'm waiting on his cohort, Cooper, to come in, and I'm sure Cooper Flagg will come in also and declare and make way for the Boozer brothers coming into Duke next year. So Duke is going to reload, and they're going to be ready to rock and roll for another season. Folks, that's all I have for this week of Cliff Notes. You know, if you need sports, if you're confused, if you're trying to make a bet, you just don't know where to put your money, before you place your bet, look at your boy, like and subscribe, so I'll get you squared away and you won't be out there just wasting your money. Listen to the expert, folks. Cliff Notes. Till next time. See you when I see you.